Cobras, Eagles, and Miyagis, welcome back to the channel for another very informative Cobra Kai Season 6 related video. First Hayden does a Q&A, and now John. Cobra Kai co-creator Jon Hurwitz was on a plane this weekend, and he thought it was the best time for a Cobra Kai Season 6 and obliterated Q&A. Now, I'm not going to cover every single question that John answered in this video, but I am going to highlight the most notable ones throughout this week. And one of the more notable questions that was asked was, without naming names, how likely are we to see a new appearance from one of the 4 Karate Kid movies? And the person asking this to John accompanied their question with a photo of Mr. Miyagi and Julie Pierce. John replied to this question with, "I can't promise the Hawk or any Oscar winners in this photo. I will never give potential spoilers, but rest assured we'll have at least one character from the Karate Kid films return that hasn't yet appeared on Cobra Kai." Now, believe it or not, there is quite a bit of characters that have appeared in the Karate Kid films who have not yet made an appearance in the Cobra Kai series. So I'm going to rattle off some of the names of the major characters that have not yet appeared in the series, but I'm not going to really talk about some of the non-notable ones, like Daniel's history teacher from the Karate Kid 1, Mr. Harris, as he is more than likely to not appear. So we obviously have Snake and Dennis. Now, Snake and Dennis are definitely a couple of popular choices amongst the Cobra Kai fandom to return, but in terms of the grand scheme of the story and just their importance to the Miyagi-verse as a whole, they're not really too notable. Yeah, they were there with Mike Barnes to help him with his antagonistic schemes against Mr. Miyagi and Daniel, but they're just not that important, and I really don't see them returning in the series. But it's still possible. The creators have been known to surprise us many times before, but now that brings up the case in point of some characters from the next Karate Kid to potentially return. The obvious choice, and probably the most obvious choice in this entire list, is Julie Pierce. She has a direct connection to Mr. Miyagi and will probably have a pretty close connection to Daniel, so I could realistically see her joining in on their fight to destroy Cobra Kai, even though she didn't have any Cobra Kai problems in her own standalone movie. So of all these characters that I've listed and have not yet listed, I definitely think Julie is the most likely choice for her to return in the series, and it could be what Jon Hurwitz is talking about in this reply. Still on the subject of the next Karate Kid is one of the main antagonists from the movie, and that's Colonel Dugan, and the love interest for Julie Pierce in the movie, Ned Randall. I don't necessarily see either of them returning either, because why? I can't really think of any good reasons for them to actually return either, unfortunately. Then there's of course the highly requested Dutch to return to the franchise. I still think it's quite the long shot for Chad McQueen to all of a sudden change his mind. He's made it clear that his main focus is on his racing career at this point in time, and acting has been in his rearview mirror for quite some time now, so I really think the chances are very low for a Dutch return as well. The last 2 Karate Kid characters that could make a return in the Cobra Kai series that I want to talk about in this video is Daryl Vidal and Freddy Fernandez. Now, these 2 didn't have major roles in the original Karate Kid film, but they're definitely some familiar faces that we could see pop up in some sort of cameo form. In past seasons of the show, we have gotten some subtle Easter eggs and nods to the both of them, because all the way back in season 2 when they're training in the freezer, there's a logo on the meat that says Fernandez Meat Company, and so that definitely must mean that Daniel has kept in contact with Freddy over the past 30 years, and is probably a great friend of his, since he just let him into that freezer and train his karate students. They must have some sort of friendship of some kind. And even back in the season 4 All Valley tournament, we did see Daryl Vidal's dojo of the Locust Valley Karate Club, which was actually Daryl Vidal's karate dojo in the 1984 All Valley. And another fun fact is that Daryl Vidal is actually playing himself in that movie, and the Locust Valley Karate Club is his actual dojo in real life as well. So with some subtle Easter eggs to them in prior seasons, I definitely think we could see them pop up in just some sort of short cameo form in the final season. And I do think that Julie Pierce is going to be making an appearance and have some sort of major role, even if it's just for a couple episodes. I do think she's going to be having her presence felt in the series. We don't know how yet, but we just got to wait and find out. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to leave a like on that video if you got something out of it today, and definitely let me know down below in the comments section who of these characters that I've listed do you want to see return in Cobra Kai Season 6. Make sure that you're a subscriber to Strike First Media if you want to stay up to date on all Cobra Kai Season 6 news, updates, and all that good stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.